Well, the entire weight of the basketball watching world was eagerly looking on Saturday night to see if the All-Star weekend could ascend back to some meager level of respectability from the heinous ass product it has devolved into in recent years.
We got to do something. Obviously, the last couple of years have not been a great All-Star game that Sunday night.
And with that as the backdrop to kick off the night, the San Antonio Spurs duo of Chris Paul and Victor Wembanyama stepped to the center stage in, well, whatever the hell this obstacle course thing was. The NBA is calling it the Skills Challenge, though in what scenario are NBA players shooting through damn windmills on the floor? Sorry, did I say shooting? Because these two freaking guys pulled this hot garbage stunt off, not even attempting to make their shots, looking for some loophole way to cheat the game. So utterly predictable coming from the point fraud himself, Chris Paul. Needless to say, the crowd was unimpressed with this tactic. Seriously though, look at how happy this guy is with himself. But ultimately though, common sense would prevail and the NBA would respond hilariously by disqualifying these two.
For life.
Much to the dismay of the point fraud, who was whining about the decision with some "let me speak to your manager" type energy for about 10 minutes. Afterwards, though, Chris Paul refused to even address the media and threw the 20-year-old out there to fall on the grenade.
It was mine. Now, I've answered the same questions like 3 times.
But Wemby managed to get off his own friendly fire bomb at his teammate.
Was I booed? I don't think I was booed.
You didn't hear it?
I wasn't booed, right? Chris was.
No.
And well, that really did set the stage for yet another underwhelming Saturday night, which historically has been the marquee staple of the All-Star weekend. And that was predominantly, of course, the slam dunk competition. And with the games returning this year to the Bay Area, it evoked memories of potentially the greatest slam dunk performance in NBA history, which took place in Oakland at the Arena in 2000 when Vince Carter ended all doubt. And shockingly, that dunk performance came 25 years ago. Freaking 25 years? Man, how old am I? The top-grossing movie in the US that year was How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Tom Cruise's big box office smash that season, meanwhile, was Mission Impossible 2. We're on like part 15 of that franchise now, and the NBA has evolved to such a point from that era as we have segued into this era of super athletes to the point that this guy was going for a first ever slam dunk three-peat. From Vince Carter to the substitute math teacher from the NBA G League, McClung. Though, no disrespect to the G League, after all, the G League team beat one of the NBA Rising Star teams on Friday night and got a pretty damn good look at winning the tournament as a whole. But ho-hum, I guess that's just where we are these days in the super athlete era. And while Dame Lillard would fall short of his three-point shootout three-peat earlier in the night, with Tyler Hero taking home the trophy in that one, McClung would not disappoint.
It's a three-peat.
Yes.
It is a three-peat. First time.
Of course, he came into the night seeking to make history in the dunk contest and become the first ever 3-time consecutive champ. Having burst onto the scene from the G League 2 years ago to snatch that title, defended it a year ago, and well, this one wasn't close this year either. McClung not only three-peated, he did so in dominant fashion, posting 4 perfect 50 dunks, and what's more, he missed only 1 dunk attempt total. In a night which was embarrassing as usual, with most of these guys missing 4 or 5 dunks per each attempt, McClung again showed he not only had the ability to skywalk, but also knew how to capture the moment and captivate. Too bad he currently has a 0.0 average in the NBA this season in the one game he played with Orlando simply to be eligible for this night. So where have all the dunkers gone in the NBA super athlete era? At least the ones with the cojones to compete in this contest. While you can make a series of arguments as to just exactly when this competition might have reached its zenith, whether it be the 80s or the early 2000s, there is no doubt this was the marquee event. Something which has captivated NBA fans and players alike throughout the decades, from damn near the first ever dunk contest back on January 27, 1976 at McNichols Sports Arena in Denver during the halftime of the 76 ABA All-Star Game, when the Dr. Julius Erving took flight from the free throw line to capture that inaugural title. And from that fateful night in 1976, spanning through all the decades since, there have been legendary players posting legendary performances, whether it be the famed and controversial battle between Jordan and Dominique in 1988, or Baby Kobe taking the stage and announcing his presence in 1997. And of course, the aforementioned jaw-dropping display by Vince in 2000, a dunk competition which also featured Carter's cousin, oh, perhaps you've heard of him too, Tracy McGrady. Yes, damn near every era has boasted some great player willing to take the challenge, ready to face the pressure, prepared to put on a show to captivate us, until, well, this one. But at least we have the substitute math teacher with what looks to be about a 70-inch vertical leap. My God, that guy is only 6'2", and at least we have him in lieu of any actual great players with the stones to step up and take the challenge. Of course, the chosen one who competed in and won the slam dunk contest in the 2003 McDonald's High School All-American game has been delighting fans in NBA arenas for 22 years with his dunk contest level attempts in layup lines during warm-ups and throughout the course of actual games. But he lacks the sack to put it on the line in an actual dunk contest, which is utterly on brand for a guy that continues to hitch his wagon to an ever-expanding list of all-time greats so he can continue going about making the right basketball play in clutch time rather than shouldering the responsibility himself. Probably for the best, though. We all got a good look at that in the first 7 years of his career in Cleveland. Unfortunately, though, we never did get a look at him in the dunk contest, and all of the other great players have followed suit. Believe it or not, these four contenders in this 2025 dunk contest are some of the best actual NBA players we have had in recent years to compete. And that really is saying something, since Matas Buzelis, Stephon Castle, Andre Jackson Jr., and Mac McClung have combined to average 23.2 points per game total between them this season. But hell, even though McClung isn't an NBA superstar, he is a superstar showman, and we are, at the very least, lucky to have him to salvage some tiny piece of dignity for the league and this All-Star Saturday night, since we all know Sunday's actual game has become an even bigger joke. And just when and where did that game go off of the rails, you might be wondering? Well, I'm glad you asked. And for the answer to that question, check out this video to catch up on the full history of the pampered crop of current NBA stars who just stopped caring to compete. And please make sure to click that subscribe button now for more from me. Until next time.